Some words from Hunter Brown, Joe Espada, and Forrest Whitley on this spring training edition of Locked On Astros.
Jainel Diaz, this is Locked On Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Heisman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chansey.
The stars are shifting, but the foundation we've built is rooted in defining the standard. Success doesn't come without trials, calluses from the consistency. Our fans, they expect greatness. We demand it. The pressure doesn't break us, it sharpens us. For every early workout, every extra inning, for all 162. Reaching the pinnacle isn't luck, it's persistence through the storm. We know who we are and what we're after. You can try to shutter the Stros, but the window is always open. We are built for this.
We're ready when you are.
How are you feeling at this point, and are you where you want to be?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, feeling strong, ready to get it rolling. Threw a bullpen yesterday, feeling good, trying to, set myself up and have a good camp and lead it into a good season.
Obviously, you enter now is probably a little bit of a different situation you did before. Based on the season you had at the end of the season, how are you approaching, I guess, not the pressure, but more responsibility, I guess?
I think last season's over, so I have to come in and treat it like that, treat it for this season and what it is. We got a talented room here, and there's going to be a lot of guys that are fighting for innings, and I just got to stay due diligent with my work and make sure that I can put myself in a position to help this team succeed.
And obviously, you want to start the way you finished last year, not. So, do you think you've figured out what went wrong and not to, have another start like that?
No, certain things happen in baseball, right? You can and can't control. So I can control my work ethic, how I prepare for the games. But as soon as I let the ball go, things are going to happen that I can't control. So obviously, I would love to avoid having, not so great starts. But I'm just going to do what I can to put myself in position to have quality starts.
Obviously, you've always known Breggy and Tuck being here and having them not in this clubhouse anymore. What's that like for you?
Yeah, you got to turn the page. This is the business. We don't. Those guys were great and did some really great things for this team, and they're good friends of mine, and I wish them nothing but the best. But I'm looking forward to maybe handling them on the field. So we'll see about that. We'll see how that goes. They're both really good players, so we'll see. But we have this team now, this season, and that's what we're prepared for.
Hey, very good.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Yep. I was trying to form that question.
When the game tips off, the NBA action is just getting started, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. With FanDuel, you can place live bets throughout the game. So even if you miss the opening tip-off or want to bet the fourth quarter comeback, you can stay in the action. And if you're looking for a bigger payout, then you can combine your live bets into a same-game parlay. I love using FanDuel's betting feature because it keeps every moment of the game exciting, whether I'm backing my team for a late rally comeback or picking a player to hit a clutch three. I never feel like I've missed a chance. Plus, the app is easy to use, and when you win, you get paid instantly. So right now, new FanDuel customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your $5 bet wins. Just visit FanDuel.com to join today. That's FanDuel.com for your shot at $150 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Be in second base. Reprise your old position. Do some double play turns.
Maybe later in camp, players get here. So latest on Lance and what's his next throwing thing?
You know what? I think he's going to talk to you guys here at some point. So I'll let him talk to you guys about that later. But play catch today, it looks good. Very happy where he's at. So, but I'll let him address you guys later today.
Is Montero in camp?
So Montero having travel issues to getting to the country right now. So we expect him to be here in the next day or two. But he is coming. He was just having a tough time right now getting out of the DR.
He's on schedule and everything?
Yes, he's fine. He he pitched winning ball, so we're not concerned about not being ready to pitch. But we're just trying to work through some logistic stuff to get him out of there.
Is that personally not prepared, or is it more new government? Like what? What you can share?
Yeah, for me, it's not the first time that we've had players from the DR or Venezuela the visa issues or getting the travel arranged. Usually takes some time to run into some issues where the government and sometimes we can't control those things.
So it's nothing new.
Just stuff that I think in the past he's actually been late because of the same issue. So.
Okay.
How much do you think you will get Bryce Matthews in the games early, and what positions will he play?
He'll be in the lineup game one. He'll play second base. There you go. I give you a little. He'll in the split squad. He'll stay here and play second base.
So you get so many of these guys like DeZenzo and Cam Smith, like these guys who could play multiple positions. Are you gonna kind of try to experiment throughout spring training and plug guys at different spots?
Yeah, they'll be playing multiple positions. Like DeZenzo, I'll play him in the corner, left field, right field. I'll play him some first base. So yeah, you will see these guys be moved around.
Matthews will play some third and short as well?
I'm going to keep him up the middle, but he's going to get most of his reps at second base.
We talked about Cam Smith maybe exposing him to the corner outfield, but do you want to maybe keep him on the dirt just for the first part and then maybe kind of see how it looks in the outfield?
Yes, right on. I'm going to keep him at third. I think that's a position that he played in college, played last year. He's most comfortable there. I really like what I've seen so far. The outfield, he's seen some balls off the bat during BP, so we'll allow him, we keep him doing that. But right now, in the game, my plan is not to play him in the outfield.
What about Whitcomb?
He'll play all over the infield. Same thing. Second, short, third. He'll, maybe some first utility there also for Wick.
You've made mention in the offseason that you didn't love kind of how you guys were defensively last year. Are you doing anything this year outside of all the flexibility that's going to make you guys better defensively this year, ideally? You know
what? I don't say that I did not love. I just think that we have been better. Mm-hmm. So we're going to address spending more time doing side drills like you guys see here, emphasizing the fundamentals, taking care of the ball. So we'll spend a little bit more time on that during our individual work.
With Cam and his development, do you guys have an idea where you want to start him, or could that change depending on how he does here in this camp?
That's a conversation for more player development and stuff. I'm just happy to have him here. I want to expose him to big league Cam, get him around the players, but we still don't know. I'm just excited of what I've seen so far.
Does he remind you of anyone?
You know what? No, it's just not good to comp, especially when you just been like 3 or 4 days with someone. But he does. But I'm gonna save that comment in case something, get some questions about it, But no, but he's a good-looking player.
I'll ask you later.
Yeah, there you go.
Is he truly like one of those we talk about his defensive position, but like his bat's going to kind of tell you guys where he's got to play?
Yeah, that's going to be the X factor for him, right? The bat, the approach, the right center field, how he drives the ball, how he swings his strikes, all that things is what was very attractive. And his athleticism. He's a guy that could play third, but also can go and play, anywhere on the field.
You mentioned Lance is going to talk to us later.
Yeah.
In general, he's obviously there's very few people on this team that have vocalized how much they love this franchise, how much they love this city, and he just hasn't been able to pitch.
Right.
I guess, how have you seen him handle that maybe mentally, just with everything that he wants to give and his body's just not letting him?
Better than he has handled that, better than what I would have handled. Because, this guy wants to be on the field. He has pitched huge games for us. While I've been here, I saw him in 17 shove it up against us when I was on the other side of the field. So I respect that about Lance. I've seen how bad he wants it. So I'm just happy that he is close to getting back on the mound and contributing.
You got Diaz, you got Caratini. Salazar's been around a while. He's played a lot of games for you guys. Will y'all explore at all the possibility of maybe keeping 3 catchers to start the season?
We have talked about it, but we'll see how the team shapes up. But having those 3 catchers who we can depend on them, can catch, pitchers trust them. It's a strength of our for our club.
When you have a loud narrative like you have with the outfield right now, fans not loving where the outfield is, Chaz says he hears it, they want to surprise people. Is that something you address, you talk about, or you just like, listen, boys, just do your thing?
Yeah. I think our players are very aware what the expectations are, and you mentioned Chaz. He knows that he didn't have a good year and has a little chip on his shoulder. And, he wants to show up and show that he's still the player that we saw in 22 and 23. So he's going to get an opportunity to show that. But our fans should be excited about our guys. I think we're going to see a different club. Our offense is going to be different what you guys saw last year.
In what way?
It's going to be a more complete in areas that I think last year we kind of got away from our approach. I think we have talked to our players. I think they're aware of that, and we're going to make sure that we emphasize what makes us so elite is when we able to see a ton of pitches and we can make our opponents work a little bit more.
Thank
you. All right, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I've had a lot of trial and error, as you guys know, so I feel like I'm in a good spot. Had a great off season. Stayed healthy, got the work that I needed in, and now we're here.
It has been a long journey, man.
Yeah.
When you look back, where do you feel like, is this where you're most comfortable now, or do you feel like you're still learning things, or where do you look professionally at where you're at right now?
Well, I think in this game, no one is ever not learning. You're constantly learning, and I think, having guys like Verlander in the locker room kind of showed me the ropes of that. No matter how good you are, you're constantly learning in this game. It's a game of adjustments. But as far as the comfort level, I'd absolutely say yes. This is, I don't know how many big league camps, probably 7 or 8 now. So, when you come here multiple times throughout, a number of years, the comfort is, I feel like, is kind of inevitable. But I feel like last year, throwing the ball well, ending the season healthy, and then coming into camp healthy after a fresh off season is definitely a good feeling. I haven't felt that in quite some time.
Yeah, I imagine. You mentioned all those big league camps. Are you optioned? Is that the way
Yeah, I don't think I have any left.
And what's that like? I mean, do you think that puts more pressure on you, or do you just feel like you just got to go out and throw?
I don't feel any more pressure. Maybe if I was with a different organization with fresh eyes on me, I'd feel maybe a little bit more pressure. But, fortunately for me, I've had Bill Murphy and Josh Miller since I was in rookie ball. So, I've got some familiar faces in my corner, and, I feel really good about that.
Do you feel that you're better equipped now to start or relieve, or do you have a preference?
For now, I think the plan is to be a reliever, but I'm always going to be pushing to be a starter. I'm always going to be bringing that up. So, we'll see, hopefully.
When did you get married? You got married?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we got married October of last year, and then our wedding was in December. We had to do a courthouse
2024,
wedding.
Right?
2023.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was 2 off seasons ago. Had to do the courthouse wedding because our wedding was overseas, so they don't do all the courthouse stuff in Europe. So yeah, it was very awesome.
Has marriage changed you at all?
Courtney and I have been together since 2018, 2019. I feel like she changed me as soon as we got together, so I don't think it was the marriage that really solidified it. I think it was just her.
You look like you're in a good place. Do you feel like it?
Yeah, I was talking with a strength coach yesterday, actually, how this is probably the most mentally clear I've been coming into a camp. It feels really good.
It's good to see.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
So sweaty.
That's okay. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Man, you're out there working, man.